Hi everybody, my name is Lorraine Tierney and welcome to Chat and Craft with Lorraine. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I live in Warner, New Hampshire, although today I'm coming to you from my daughter's house in Wilmington, and can you guess what we're doing tomorrow? You see this way, the rug rolled up, the boxes, we are moving tomorrow. So pardon the backdrop, but that's what's happening. But I still wanted to come on live and show you a quick, fun summertime card. Cards need to be quicker in the summer, I think, so we can make cards and be outside and enjoy weather and do summery things. So I'm going to switch the camera and we can get started. If you can let me know if you're watching, I would love to say hi. And if you catch the replay, that would be great also. I will draw names for a prize in a couple of days from all the people that commented, liked, shared, and just helped this video get seen by more people. Okay, I'm going to switch the view. Here we go. So we're going to use the Tropical Leaf set today. I love this set. It's fun. It's bright. I don't know. I just like it. I like the font. So this is what we're going to use. And I don't really have a name for what we're doing. So we're just making a card. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is stamp my sentiment. It's pretty much going to be a one layer front. Well, it will be matted, but the stamping and all will be a one layer front. And I'm going to put my sentiment, about a third of the way up. So make sure this is straight. Hi, Kathy. Thanks for watching. Okay, so there's our sentiment. I used Night of Navy for the thanks so much. And now I'm going to do some leaves. And I'm going to do the larger leaf. And I'm going to use Parakeet Party. I love this color. And I'm going to try to do this. I may have to do this in the air so that I don't wiggle this phone stand. Okay. So I'm going to put a bunch of these on. Isn't that a pretty bright color? That's Parakeet Party. And that's one of the 2022 to 2024 in colors. And I'm going to overlap this one a little bit and go off the side a little. And I'm going to do one more. I have a piece of lint on the stamp. There we go. Okay, could see a nice line in there. All right, and now I'll do this last one. Okay, and we're going to put some veins in these leaves, and I'm going to use the Night of Navy for the veins, just because I like the combination. This might not be a naturally occurring leaf in nature, but that's okay. It's my card. It's my card and I can do it if I want to, right? Like the song. Now I'm showing my age. How about I'll cry if I want to? Kathy, you know the song. Tell me you know the song. Okay, one more. All right. So I was playing with this beforehand, and I was debating whether to leave it like this. There's one more step, but to leave the stamping like that or to add some pool party dots. But that particular stamp, there's too many dots. Maybe I have one that has a few fewer. Is that a word? A few fewer dots? Let me look really quickly. No, I don't see one quickly. So I'm going to leave that like that. And the next thing we're going to do is cut the sentiment and a little bit of a leaf out from the front of the card. You're going to have an earworm now, Kathy, right, of that song? And I'm going to use one of the Something Fancy dies. I'm going to use this one. And it's going to punch it out or cut it out like that. And I was just fiddling around with this before I came live, and my die slid totally when I put it through my cut and emboss machine. So I'm going to put a little the post-it note labeling and cover-up tape, it's called. You can get that on Amazon. It's hard to find in the stores. Okay, and I'm going to die cut that. And I'm doing it over here on my chair because it will really shape the tape. Okay, so that little piece of tape held that in place, and then it just peels off. And you can use that again and again and again. If you get a little adhesive stuck on there, just use your adhesive eraser. That's my die on the floor. I got it because I don't want to lose it. Okay, so now we are going to do some layering here. I have just a regular Night of Navy card base and a piece of Parakeet Party cardstock. It's 4 by 5 1/4. Well, Kathy, at least in your head, the song will sound better than when I sing it. Okay, and now I'm going to put this on like that, center that. All right. And then this piece I'm going to pop up. But before I pop it up, I'm going to use a blending brush and just the littlest bit of ink just to do the very edge. I'm not a huge fan of sponged edges, but I just want to give this a tiny bit of definition from the background. Just a tiny, tiny edge. I don't know if you can even see that on there. I guess you can see it a little bit, just the edge. Okay, and now I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of this. I want a saggy middle, so I'm going to use 5, and I am going in just a little bit so I won't have to worry about being free and clear of the edge. So I am going to kind of line it up by putting it in there, and then you can see it's raised up a little bit, and that's a really pretty little way to set the sentiment off in a 1-layer card. I'm going to put a little some of the 22, 24 in color dots. I think these might be retired, but as you can see, I have a whole bunch of them, so I have to use them up. I'm going to put one here and a smaller one over here and a bigger one up here. So that is the front of the card, and then on the inside we're going to do the same layering, and I just want one leaf. I'm not going to do another inside sentiment, so I just want one more leaf in here. Ah! I almost dropped it. One more leaf, and I have some other cards to show you using the same technique. I guess it could be called the Eclipse technique, and I'm not sure why. I don't know why it's called Eclipse, but I think you could call it that. All right, so that will go on the inside. I feel like I got ink all over my fingers when I dropped that stamp. Hi, Deb. I want you to see the other ones I made too. And I know that there's a couple people that watch these videos that don't have dies, don't have a die cutting machine. You can also do this with a punch, and I'll show you one that I did with a punch. And sometimes we don't feel like, if your die cutting machine isn't set up, you don't feel like getting it out sometimes. So this is the one with the tropical leaf. Then I did one with two-tone flora, it's called. So these flowers and a sentiment from the something fancy, and that is lifted up. And you can see I did not sponge the edge of that one. I'm not sure that you need it. Which do you prefer? Do you like it sponged or plain? That's the two-tone flora. And then I did another one with the botanical layers. I love these little flowers. And years ago, we had a paper that was Blackberry Bliss in Curry. And I don't know, oh, I know what made me think of it. A card by Mo Roots, who's in the United Kingdom. She used these stamps in this color on a card. And then you can see this is a punch. And I just punched out a circle. And on this one, I put double embellishments. I don't know if that makes it look like it's up too high. Not double embellishments, double dimensionals. And I colored some rhinestones with my Blackberry Bliss blend on that one. And I didn't put anything on the inside. But so that one's with a punch, and the only thing you have to be careful of with a punch is that your sentiment, that you can reach it, because you can only go so deep on your card with your punch. So you're going to want to make sure you can reach wherever your sentiment is. But you could do that in any shape punch that you wanted. So I'd like to know which one of these is your favorite. Do you like the funky tropical leaves, the more classic two-tone flora that's kind of a wedding card, or the botanical layers in some wild colors, Blackberry Bliss and crushed curry? So that's it. Like I said, it's really a quick card, and I just wanted to show you how to do that and raise the sentiment up just a little bit. And I think it looks pretty cool the way it matches in there. So enjoy those cards. Kathy likes the two-tone flora best. What does Jan and Deb like best? You'll have to let me know. and I hope you'll give it a try. If I can help you make cards at home, I'm going to switch this. I would love to. If you need any supplies, I'd love to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator if you don't have one. And if you have any questions, please put them in the comments or send me a message. All right, have a great afternoon. Thanks, everybody. Bye.